Okay, so one of the things I'm working on before solstice gets here and the whole winter project challenge starts is just trying to get stuff a little more organized so it's easier to work. One of the things I'm working on right now is making this tool roll. Um, right now all the tools live in a drawer and a cabinet, and it's just not real conducive to going back and forth, especially if I'm like working in the living room or in an event, something. So I'm kind of going through things I need, things I don't need, things I use versus don't. So kind of clear this out of the way so you guys can see real quick. Okay, the cats will stay out of the way, which we all know is an impossibility because they're not very smart. Okay, so this piece of leather came from a giveaway at a fighter practice one time. All I did was a little trimming to square it up. So it was about 10 inches, 10 and a half inches wide by about 3 feet long. I just squared off the ends and then used a little bit of leftover to make some strapping for it. Then I just folded it over, made these pockets. Now I did the edging on the pockets like this for a reason. It's actually a corded edge, so there's a cord in there so that way when it's kind of pulled taut it holds in place and kind of keeps things from falling out. So I can put things like these stitching punch I use quite a bit, but these actually work better for large amounts of stitches because I can use this large 6 punch. Goes a little faster, but then I have to have a little like punching board or something just to be able to use it. And then I have to have a mallet, so it's kind of a trade-off. Big difference is these will reach in where this only goes along the edge. Same with the punch, the regular hole punch. Thing's old. It's actually older than I am. But it does what I need it to do, but it also doesn't reach into like in gaps. So I have some regular hammer punches, so it's kind of a trade-off, but they can fit in these pockets here. I would like to have my shears, but they're just too long. So that way if I'm working on fabric, these things will cut through most of the leather I use too. But sometimes I just have to use, the utility knife. So this has got its advantages and disadvantages just like these do. So can't really slice a hole in the middle of somewhere with these, but these are much faster for cutting out large pieces. So it's trade-off, traveling. If I'm cutting out a large piece, I can do it with this. May not want to. So what I may do is see about finding a smaller pair for traveling, and these just stay at home. I have calipers for marking my edge and stuff like that, but I find I don't use it a ton. It's just set to what I like. So I added about, I get somewhere around a 1/4 inch, but it's kind of bulky. It's not one of those that's just flush. So a little bit of a difference. I have a slicker, but I don't use it. I like the natural wear of the edges. I don't really think this does much. Lighter can just fit in the pocket. It's good for melting off the thread and things like that. Carpenter's pencil, I just need to sharpen it up, but this will mark on just about anything you need. I have this edging tool. I don't use it really. A lot of these things came with a kit, and I just find I don't use it. It's set for the same as the calipers, but it just puts a groove so that your stitches lay flat. I don't find they really need to do that unless I'm doing something really fine. So, kind of a item. Leather needles though, real helpful. This is more of a larger sail needle that I need to find some kind of container for. Edge bevelers. I don't really find I use these either. So, I mean, they're nice to have. Some of these things might be in the nice to have category, you know, in case somebody else needs to use them or something. But, yeah, I like how the natural wear. So, this has got my little snips and thread and regular clothing needles. So this will definitely come along. I got threads. I need to do a little toggle. So this just goes down to the toggle versus all this hanging out the bottom. The little bobbins just thread through and on the top. So a little wear and tear and it'll, you know, spin freely and I can just slide thread off as I need. This is some linen thread we got. I need to put a loop in for this punch though, because this all I use all the time. Helps with the sewing. World of difference. Problem is it's got to kind of go this way because of its length. If it goes this way, it kind of punch through. So I don't want that. It can also sit in a pocket, but then you're asking to get poked. Bizarrely enough, this little bit of horn is nice for turning bags because you can use this to kind of smooth them out. Ready to go. The only other thing, strap cutter. Problem is it's bulky, it's 2 pieces, and unless I'm doing straps or very specific things, I don't use it that much. So if I'm out working on a thing, you know, somewhere in an event, you know, I probably ought to have my pieces pre-cut or ready to go. So most likely this will stay home. So, but move all this excess out here because, well, show you what this does. Excuse me. All right, so like that could slide in the pocket. That could slide in the pocket. This may just be little things. Probably just may line up the punches over here. This might get a little loop for just to clip onto because it has the pocket or belt clip. But so these, excuse me, darkness, kind of roll up, like fold up like this. And it comes up here. And ta-da! It'll tie off. Ready to go. You can see the little stitch for the loops for the fabric, stitches for my sewing punches. It's just a little character thing. Kind of the North style or Camacho style loop toggles. So it's kind of long, but I left it so it can slide through depending on how it goes. Right now I just got it kind of even. I just loop them off, hold itself together. Yeah, well, I tied one in a knot and one in a bow, whatever. Okay, and then it's just kind of like a wallet, big wallet, but a wallet. Goes in the bag. The other thing that the darkness is laying on is I am working on a bigger bag. This is just conjectural, kind of like one that my Night Angus has. It's just a large Camacho style bag. got the edges, stuff for the toggles, edging, strap, body panels. This is more luggage, because while my other bags are kind of nice and everything, when it comes to like winter stuff, sliding in wool just don't really fit. Linen packs down nice and really flat. Wool, not so much. So it's a start. This is kind of what I'm working on. Interested to see what other folks are going to be doing. So thought I would do a video instead of just pictures, because then it makes it a little more engaging for me, and then I can do more videos for you guys. So hope everybody's having a good day. Talk to you later.